Hey, what's going on? It's me, Johnny. I'm gonna do another review for you. Today, we're gonna talk about PsypherPad versus ParaPad. Okay, so basically we were talking about impression devices, you know? And first I got ParaPad, which sucked ass. That's the worst, because I never used it, you know? Like, I never used impression devices. And, you know, I heard ParaPad got all these great reviews and whatnot, so I got it, and I was like, this is why I don't use impression devices, because the really good ones, the ones that work all the time, are way too expensive and way too crazy, you know? And then, like, the ones that are cheap don't work. And I was like, man, that's exactly what ParaPad was. I even told the guy. I said, hey, dude, your product doesn't work, man. Just take your shitty product back, dude. Just give me my money. Because I didn't buy a secret, you know. I'm buying a product, you know. And this guy was like, no, fuck you, dude. Like, dude started cussing at me. I can cuss at you, dude. I'm a customer. But that's your business, bro. Like, and it's supposed to be International IBM, International Brotherhood of Magicians. It's not supposed to be International Brotherhood of Douchebags trying to screw you over for a few extra bucks. Like, bro, if you're gonna make an idea and you're gonna sell it, and on top of that, because you gotta buy refills from them, you know. So if you're gonna make your idea, you know, I'm gonna sell this to the magic community. But if in your heart you're thinking, how can you make more money? That's not a good effect, dude. I mean, maybe if it was like mind-boggling, amazing, and I needed refills, you know, like something crazy that I was gonna use for TV, like some crazy Rolex watch thing that, you know, turns into a transformer, and I can only do yeah, that's fine, I'll pay $1 million for that. But dude, you're making a crappy device that I gotta keep paying you for it to be just as crappy? That's horrible, bro. And I knew someone else. I thought maybe it was my gimmick. It wasn't. It's just a poorly made gimmick, and you can only use just that gimmick. You know, what's cool about PsypherPad, so my friend told me about PsypherPad. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't really want to do this. I was like, I just got ParaPad. He was like, I had ParaPad too. Don't even worry about it. Cypher's where it's at. He talked me into it, so I got it. Literally, that night, I set it up. I was like, yo, this thing's working. It's like perfect. The impressions are super clear. Everything working perfect. I took it out that night. I work in a really dim lit restaurant, you know? And even though it's dim lit, the impressions crystal clear every time. I always knew what they were writing. Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, I'm sure, you know, sooner or later you could have someone write something really tiny and I couldn't read it. I just tell them, you know, write big enough so everyone can see, and that takes care of the problem. I haven't had every time I can always read it. What's cool else about PsypherPad is that you're not just stuck to like that one, because you know ParaPad's a little bit bigger than this. With PsypherPad, you could do it with this. You could set up in your card box, because I know you guys already keep cards on you, you know. So this could be your impression device, or you can get ones big enough so if like you wanted to buy this, you could do it on stage. Some of the effects are crazy. Like you could have someone think of a name, think of a card. You deal out cards. Each card they spell out the name, and then you tell them that they just finished spelling. And that first kicker, boom. Then you tell them you just thought Johnny, didn't you? Oh my God. Second kicker. Third thing, you tell them what card they were thinking of. You know, it was like, you know, Queen of Diamonds or whatever. And they're like, whoa, how'd you know that? Fourth crazy kicker was that you spelled their name without you knowing. You read their mind, and that name that they spelled in their head led them to the card that they were thinking of. Bro, that's crazy. 30 bucks? 30 bucks, bro? Dude, your audience is gonna be shitting themselves. They're gonna be like, oh my God, that's amazing. What the fuck just happened? There's no way you can explain that, bro. That shit's crazy. Like, the handling, super easy. Angles, super easy. Like, boom, 10 degrees. Unless someone's like right behind you smelling your neck, like, and who would do that in the first place? Like, angles, if you're a decent magician, you don't even need to worry about angles. It's so easy. Reset, from the time I do this at one table, I could reset, I could be ready to rock and roll at the next table, bro. This thing is, it's unstoppable, bro. This is the way mind reading would look.
So, real quick, just as a summary, compare the quality and pricing of ParaPad versus Psypher.
Well, ParaPad, you know, they're gonna charge you like 30 times more for a piece of shit device, you know, and then Psypher, they're charging you 30 bucks for something that's gonna work, and then you don't have to buy refills. The only refill you gotta buy is actual paper, which you can get at Home Depot, you know, Office Depot or something like that. So like, they're not trying to screw you over. Honestly, they sell you a great device, great situation, great setup. I use everything they gave me. I know some people modify it. They feel like they want to, you know, just because they want to modify it. I use everything they gave me, and I'm so happy.
What about the quality of the impressions, one versus the other?
The impressions on ParaPad, they don't come through. and the horrible colors. It's like this weird orange situation that doesn't look good. Every time I look at the impression on Psypher, it's just clear as day.
What about the handling, the teaching, the handling, the effects taught? Why don't you cover that?
Yeah, the effects. I mean, if you buy Psypher, you get everything you need, all the impression stuff, and you get a DVD. And I think you can even watch like the teachings online if you don't want to watch the DVD or whatever. And they'll teach you these crazy effects. They'll teach you how to do it, how to operate the situation, how tips and tricks from the guys who have been using it. And they'll teach you that think of a card, think of a person, and they spell out the card. Or they spell out the name to that card. They'll teach you that. There's some other great effects on there. ParaPad, they just send you the shitty ass gimmick and say, good luck, fuck ass. Then they're already taking your money and run. They're gone. And it's like, oh, you got this crappy device now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Psypher and ParaPad each?
Psypher would be like the whole periodical table of elements, because it's just like, it's magical. It's like the first time you got a magnet. You're like, dude, how does this work? You don't know how it works, you just know it works, and that it's magical. And then you gotta you see how all many different ways you can work with it, and how many things you can stick together. And it's just a great fun thing to play with. It just works. ParaPad is it's not even a number. I can't even give it a number. It's just because you take a number, sit down, and we'll get to you. It's like if ParaPad walked in, you'd be like, yo, don't touch my shit, get the fuck out. I don't want to work with you. Whatever, no number for you, just go. No soup for you. Get the fuck out.
If Psypher and ParaPad were both, let's say, desserts, what would they each be?
See, ParaPad. Now let's start with Psypher. Psypher would be like this infinite glass dish of awesomeness that every time you stuck your spoon in, it just regenerated with something else. And so it's like anything you ever wanted, you could just get out of it. You're just like, yeah, well, I want some brownies with some ice cream. Oh, boop, there it is. Oh, I want some, banana cake or whatever. Oh, there it is. It's just perfect. It's just constant. It's just magical thing. And then ParaPad would be if someone took dog shit and sprinkled sugar on top and was like, here you go, fucker, and let me get $90. What the fuck, dude? I'm not paying $90 for that shit.
Any closing words on Psypher and ParaPad?
I've never used impression devices because they suck. This Psypher changed my mind on it all. This is I would give this everything I got behind it. I would get it. If you're thinking about doing something like this, if you're trying to get into mentalism, if you're thinking about an impression pad, $30, bro, why are you waiting around? ParaPad, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Fuck those guys at Wizard Review, dude, because they gave this Psypher a 10%. Jonny does this for free. I'm telling you this because I love you guys. Jonny, I love you, because the IBM, we're brothers, bro. Even your sisters, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I can trust those Wizard dudes, man, because I think you guys are getting paid off by somebody, because this thing is way better than 10%, bro. Are you guys even magicians? Do you guys even know what you're doing with the product? Or are you just out there that's bullshit, oh, I think that, blah, 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 blah. Have you used it? Do you get out, or you just sit there on your couch talking bullshit all the time, getting paid by people so you can just watch magic tricks? Are you guys, what I think about those guys? I think they're out there, they're just trying to get the secrets, and they talk about it, and it's just a bullshit propaganda that they're trying to feed you, bro. I'm telling you, trust Jonny. I'm telling you, I don't get paid for this. Psypher's where it's at. $30, done so.